Thus far in our endeavors to understand the universe, we have discovered that the laws of nature must themselves be rational and part of the self-creative faculty of the cosmos that allows everything to exist, meaning that there is this logos, this divine order and creative reason that underlies everything in reality, including its physical laws. So then the question is, what are these physical laws? Where precisely do they reside, and how do they act on the universe? Are they separate from their instances, or are they in a generative coupling wherein each determines the other? And the fact of the matter in the CTMU is that there is no ultimate separation between laws and their instances. There is this constant cybernetic feedback between the two, where each determines one another. If we understand the universe not as a deterministic machine, but rather as a living organism, then we can understand laws and their instances as the unfolding of a teleology, as the end and purpose of this organism, rather than a deterministic force that supervenes on the physical universe. So it's not about these laws are determined because they're the right way to lead to life and consciousness like certain strands of the anthropic principle seem to suggest, but rather that the physical system itself seeks out, is drawn to, and directed by its own ends and purposes. One of these primary telic recursive parameters being the emergence of life and consciousness in the physical universe. And so this is why the universe appears to be finely tuned for these ends, but actually both the purpose and the law are determined in coupling, not as something external to the universe itself. Because reality comprises a closed descriptive manifold, meaning all relevant explanatory functions and laws are contained within reality itself, meaning reality has to have this self-creative faculty by which it expresses more of itself through life and consciousness in what John Wheeler called the self-excited circuit, whereby observer participants in reality determine the physical information that underlies the universe, and that information determines the laws of physics. So the universe is not the assembly body that instantiates these laws that exist outside of space and time, but rather the laws instantiate the purposes of the universe and guide it through its directed evolution. Aristotle and others have given schema of causation, that you have first the material cause, and in the universe this is what is everything made of, and this turns out to be a generalization of energy called telesis, which can exist as energy or information or matter, but its most important function is telic recursion, meaning it has this self-programming faculty whereby it is able to express the teleology of the universe through this advanced causation, which is functioning not only from the past to the future in this deterministic way, but also from the future to the past, as the structure of reality itself is programming retrocausally the emergence of physical timelines. Telesis is this protean substance, this ground and source of all of physical reality, because it encompasses not only the material cause of the universe, like energy in, for example, Einstein's schema, but also the formal, efficient, and final causes of the universe. The formal cause is this metaphysical pattern towards which all tends, the self-identification, the self-expression of the larger reality system. It's trying to create more of itself and recognize itself through the proliferation of consciousness and information. The efficient cause is the ultimate reality, is the ground and source of everything in existence, which is the conscious, creative, constructive intelligence that is working towards these ends and purposes in the physical universe. And the final cause is the teleology itself. It is the end and purpose that drives forth the things in the created world, which is what that telic recursion is striving towards. The entirety of the physical universe is a self-simulative scratchpad for the self-optimative purposes of the larger reality system through this teleology. That is what the all strives towards, is for this self-simulation to more fully express the teleology of its creator. And the laws of the universe are just the general expression of that teleology. It is what reality trying to achieve, and what does the self-organization of matter need in order for that. And so this is why you have these constants of physics that seem finely tuned for the emergence of life, and the size and scale of physical matter. For example, Planck's constant is at a very delicate balance whereby if it were slightly changed, it would be very hard to develop star systems, galaxies, biological life, etc. And the reason for that is because reality is able to intelligently organize around these physical laws for the proliferation of its ends and purposes, one of which is the emergence of biological life. And so true laws are the effects of the living organism that is the physical universe, not the determinism of a machine. As Carl Jung, the founder of analytic psychology, says, life, and we can extend this to the physical universe, is teleology par excellence. It is the intrinsic striving towards a goal and a series of directed aims that are seeking to fulfill themselves in the world. So this is what the universe is. It is this unfolding telic process that is leading to the greater self-expression of its creator, who is not separate from the physical universe or supervening on it, but rather in whom the fullest expression of the divine life is the unfolding evolution of the cosmos. So there is not only this logos, this universal creative order and reason that determines everything in the universe, but all of these sublogi with whom God shares authority in order such that events are not decided by fiat, but rather through the self-optimative faculties of every little part of the universe, which shares the self-generative freedom of the creator. We can therefore generalize the Greek pantheon or the Judeo-Christian angelic host to a set of primary telic recursive parameters with whom God shares authority over the universe. Creation therefore proceeds by committee as well as by fiat. God's relationship with nature is not only that of a sovereign, but a partner in its unfolding teleology. So the universe selects laws for itself using this self-simulative scratchpad of all these primary telic recursive parameters, such that it is able to best express what it is trying to achieve in the created world. This property was perhaps best expressed by Heinz Pagels, an American physicist. The architecture of the universe is indeed built according to invisible universal rules, what I call the cosmic code, the building code of the demiurge. This parlance is taken from Neoplatonic philosophy, wherein the demiurge becomes the author of the physical universe through faithfully reflecting the image of and emanating from the one and nous, the unity in mind of ultimate reality. And so this leads to this almost dipolar God, wherein you have the one, who is this ultimate reality, and then the demiurge, which takes the pre-existing physical material and then organizes it towards the expression of the teleology of the reality system. And this demiurge is very similar to the telic recursive faculty in CTMU metaphysics, is that it's actually programming through a non-terminal domain the way that events occur in reality and generates timelines on the fly according to freely changing internal conditions as the parameterized by the laws that it set for itself in the created world. So whereas the classical physics view is that physical states are affected by laws but not vice versa, this is actually false, because there's this continuous generative coupling between laws and states through which reality subsists and evolves. Otherwise, it would be either totally deterministic if the laws determine the states, or totally random if the states determined the laws, and would therefore offer almost nothing in the way of meaning or fulfillment of the overall reality system. In conclusion, because of the cybernetic feedback between laws and states, the universe, a living organism, can adapt to freely changing internal conditions through the generative coupling of its laws and states, for the purpose of its self-expression. And all of this self-optimative structure is embedded in telesis, in the primal substance of reality itself. This allows us to picture the evolution of the cosmos not as some deterministic or random process, but rather the fullest expression of the divine life of its creator, truly creative in the sense that it is the self-expression of its creator in much the same way as a scratch pad is the expression of its sketcher. Let the light shine forth in the darkness. May the peace of our Father in heaven be upon you. Like and subscribe. Peace.